Crushed. There you go. I like this hole.
So in 5 short years, Kirkland and Costco have pulled a fast one on us, and they've made 5 different variations of their Performance Plus golf ball. Now, 2 years ago, when, let's call it version 1.0 came out, I did a video. We see how it stood up against Vice Titleist Pro V1, and it held its own for sure. Now, 2 years later, we're gonna take a closer look at Costco's newest Pro V1 killer. Now, if you look at the USGA conforming list for golf balls, there are 5 Kirkland Signature golf balls on there, and they kind of took the Pro V1 approach, changing the plus to a plus, changing the fonts, changing the performance font, little arrows and dashes, and just so you can tell the difference between each different year. And of course, because it's Costco, the biggest factor with the Kirkland Signature Performance Plus golf ball is the price.
Hey. 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 Didn't even plan that.
Now, in Canadian, the newest golf ball works out to $1.62 a ball. So the only golf ball that is cheaper than that I would even remotely consider playing is going to be the Noodle, which works out to $1.11 a ball. Now, for those of you that haven't played a Noodle, especially their newest versions, they are sneaky good, like legit underrated. Very soft, very long, but the one area that Kirkland and most urethane balls will have them beat is around the greens with feel and spin. Don't get any of that with the Noodle. Now, the other angle and variable with comparison here is the other direct-to-consumer golf balls like Snell, Cut, and Vice. Now, I'll do separate reviews for each one of these, but the long and short of it is the variable for these direct-to-consumer golf balls when compared to the big dogs, for me, has always been durability. The performance is gonna be there, the price, there's gonna be a little bit of savings there, but do they last? And preliminary tests with Cut, definitely not the most durable ball. So the asterisk, the weird factor, manufacturing. So obviously we know Callaway, Titleist, TaylorMade, these golf balls are literally made in a lab, and aside from a significant dollar value attached to marketing, there's also lots of money thrown at R&D. Aside from Callaway's off-center wobble ball gate of early 2019, most of these tour-level golf balls are made to tour-level specs. Performance, durability, consistency, across the board, that's their bread and butter. And that shows. How many first-gen Pro V1s have you found in the bush without a blemish on them? And I assume they still fly. You can still game those balls. They're still good. So that's gonna be the question with the Kirklands. In 20 years, are we gonna find a Kirkland and you know it's gonna be fine and put it right in the bag and game it? That's gonna be hard to say. It's gonna be similar to what I brought up in the wedges. Without a reputable and a communicated process with regards to their manufacturing, you don't know what's going on and you don't know what they prioritize. So the jury's out on that one. Like Pauly Shore, jury duty.
Yes, actually, I didn't get that last bit. What was it attributed to?
Dr. Brookings. Penis envy.
Excuse me, what kind of envy?
So let's talk about distance. It was a hot day. We went out to Strathmore, pulled a lot of drivers. The ball was flying. And generally speaking, on warmer days, the ball flies farther because that ball does get more compression. And today was no exception. So most of my comparison this season is going to be to the Strixon Z-Star. I started using that ball this year. I find it the longest. I really like the feel, and it is by far the most stable. Like the least spinny, the most stable golf ball I've ever hit. And I hit a wild spinny ball, especially recently. So distance. Does it check that box? How did these perform with a driver and longer shots? Good. Got the distance that you want, the ball flight that you want, spin seemed fine, maybe a little high, but it's predictable. So you know what's gonna happen when you're hitting these off the tee. Okay, around the greens. And this is where a lot of golfers expect the most amount of performance from a urethane covered golf ball. This is why you play these balls, for around the green. To get that bite, to get that spin, to be able to place the ball at a pin, not just at a green. And the short answer for this one is also a yes. Now, something I've been trying to work on this year with my shorter shots is picking 3 targets. So picking a starting point, picking where I want it to land, and where I want it to finish. And with a wedge in your hand and a premium golf ball, you can accomplish all these things when there's no other weird variables. You know, in a good lie, a good shot, a good stance, a good swing, you should be able to pick all 3 of these. And with the Kirkland Signature, it helps you accomplish that. Approach shots land where they're supposed to land, and if you want to hit it full and put some spin on it and bring it back, you can do that as well. Pitches and chips. I don't hit a lot of greens. I formerly called my game bomb and gouge. And now it's even one below that. I'm calling it like huck and pray. You know when you see fail videos online of someone trying to attempt like a backflip off like a rope swing or something, and it just works 1 in every 10 times? That's what my golf swing is like, and that's what's happening. So I'm not hitting a lot of greens, so I'm chipping a lot. And these perform great. Whatever kind of shot you want. If you're doing the flop, they're gonna land soft. If you're doing a pitch, they're gonna do that 1-2 hop and then check or spin. Around the greens, they stand up. Okay, putting. How do they feel when you're actually finally on the green? Probably trying to save par. They're great. The one thing I would say is they do feel a little bit firmer. They're gonna be closer to a Pro V1X. There are some arrows and a straight edge on the side. I know a lot of people, like myself, you line your golf ball with your putts. If you wanna Sharpie that line, it's right there for you. So as far as alignment and aesthetics and appearance on the green, they're great. So it's got the price, it's got the distance, it's got the feel. What is this ball missing? I had a friend comment that I keep my fingers on my hands abnormally straight, and now I'm super subconscious about it. Thanks, Jill. So the long answer is it's missing nothing. Similar to my stance on the wedges, the one variable that is gonna be unknown is gonna be the manufacturing and the consistency. You know, without knowing exactly who makes these and how much care and attention is spent in the manufacturing, down the road, there is the potential for there to be some unknowns there. So I'm super excited to see what Costco and the Kirkland Signature brand is gonna do in the golf game down the road. I'd say they're like 4 for 5 so far. So we've had 5 different versions of the golf ball. It's all been fine. We had the putter and the accessory weight kit. Putter was awesome. We've had the wedges, which are still in my bag right now, which are unbelievable. And we've had some gloves. The gloves, I bought them and tried them. They're, you don't need to get those. So let's call them 4 for 5. I still have my sights set on a driver, and we'll see. 2022, the year of the Kirkland driver. But in the meantime, a 24 pack of Kirkland Signature golf balls, a hot dog, and a Diet Pepsi sounds perfect to me. Thanks for watching.